Today we've got another instalment on my series on how to make stuff out of recycled materials. And today we're going to make a couple of little desks for my grandkids to use. I managed to score a sheet of MDF that was thrown out. It's a cover sheet off a pack from a kitchen supply place. I cut it in half across the middle, and so now I've got two sheets that are 600 by 1200 each, and I've just used some recycled pallet material, planed it up and put an edge around the edge. I've just screwed and glued them on, and I've just used butt joins because later on we're going to sand it up and make it look pretty. Here's the design that my daughter drew up for the desk. The critical things are there. The desk height 700 because one of the kids is a teenager. The depth is 600 and the length is 1200 because that's the size of the material we've got. And there's a little shelf on top for holding their books, so that's going to be 400 high to take the ring binder and 200 deep, and then the sides will be 600 high so that things that go on the top shelf don't fall off. And there's the bill of materials for the legs and all the rest of it. It's always a good idea to make a drawing of what you want to make and work out your bill of materials before you start a job. You saw how we made the top of the desk. This is the base. So the base is just two A-frames like this, made out of 70 by 35, and then lengthways are screwed these 45 by 35s that hold it apart. And then the lid, the roof, the top just goes on like that. We'll do some more pictures later on when it's all screwed together. That's all. To hold the top onto the frame, rather than screwing through the frame, I made up a bunch of these little brackets, just out of a flight angle, 16 gauge angle. You can buy them as well, and I'll show you what they look like when they're on in a minute. Alright, here they all are, all screwed in, all 6 of them, and they'll hold the whole thing together so that when I lift it up, well, it's getting late in the day and I had to go and get some more screws to put this together because I needed some 25mm screws to put the little brackets on. But there's the desk and the little shelf for the books. The shelf is 400mm off the top of the desk so that a binder can fit in there, and then there's 200mm above that to hold other things on top. The shelf just sits there, it's not screwed onto the desk at all. And my daughter's going to have a lot of fun sanding and painting that thing.